Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erbert. Tim is on assignment. In the year 2020, Americans find themselves having to take trips to the doctors when they need a quick test for COVID-19. KCAU 9's Jessica Watson tells us how having a primary care doctor can help in our top story at 6.
Hannah Rush says when she was potentially exposed to COVID-19, getting a test was a challenge.
I could not find anyone to give me a test until I found out about Test Iowa. I had to then drive an hour and a half to the closest testing center for a test that took 2 seconds.
Rush says even though she has a doctor in Sioux City, she wasn't able to get tested easily. According to a study by JAMA Internal Medicine, 25% of Americans do not have a primary physician. And the study found many young adults do not have a doctor.
It's extremely important to have a primary care provider and a provider that knows you, knows your history, to ensure that you have the highest level and quality of care that you deserve.
Mercy One nurse practitioner Lexi Sequin says having a primary doctor makes getting tested for COVID-19 that much easier.
Mercy One, we get patients in same day. We offer televideo services, which are very quick and easy to use. What we do is we have a televideo visit, review any signs or symptoms that you could be having, review your vital signs, and then we send you for testing that same day.
I think it helps in the sense that it gives you another option, because if you don't have a primary care physician, really your only option is Test Iowa or to find a clinic or something that's open to give you a test.
Rush says while having a doctor can help expedite the process, Test Iowa for her was the best option for getting tested quickly. In Sioux City, Jessica Watson, KCAU 9 News.
Today, Iowa reports the most COVID-19 related deaths in one single day as hospitalizations and infections continue to rise. The state's COVID data shows 31 people died due to coronavirus in the past 24 hours. The previous record was set back on May 20th when 26 deaths were reported statewide. Iowa also reporting a record of 534 hospitalized patients as well. In South Dakota, October has been the deadliest month for the pandemic, with 110 of the state's 333 deaths occurring this month. There are 332 people currently hospitalized. Let's take a quick look now at the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials reporting 3 additional virus-related deaths. This as 29 new cases have been confirmed in the last 24 hours. In Nebraska, Dakota County tallies 5 new positive cases. Over the past 2 weeks, the county has recorded 149 cases. And in South Dakota, Clay County reporting 125 active cases. Meanwhile, Union County reports 171 active cases. Siouxlanders finally got to see the sun again today, but will the blue skies stick around for us? Let's check in first with Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson for a look at your forecast. Scott?
Well, Sophie, we did have some decent weather outside today. High temperatures were in the 40s and 50s across the area this afternoon. We'll take a look at our current temperatures now. They are in the 40s and 50s still. 48 in Sioux City, 43 in Storm Lake. We did have some light rain and also some snow showers in far northern Siouxland this morning. That actually developed into a pretty healthy band of snow precipitation in southern Minnesota, with snowfall rates between 1 inch to 1.5 inches per hour. It looks like we're going to have some rain move in tomorrow. We'll talk about how much will stack up coming up in the full 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
Thanks a lot, Scott. Well, a military-style truck with Trump 2020 signs and flags on it causing some concern tonight for some election officials in Monona County. The truck was parked out in front of the courthouse this morning. The courthouse is a polling location for early voting in the November 3rd election. The people who own this truck say they have the right to park the truck there. Peggy Rolfe, Monona County's auditor, disagrees.
To me, I feel it's unfair regardless of whose political sign it is. It shouldn't be there. It's illegal. I've got a lot of voters that are upset that it's outside my courthouse, but I'm doing the best that I can to try to get the situation rectified as soon as possible.
We asked the Monona County attorney about this incident, and he says he is looking into it.
We are currently researching the law and working toward an appropriate solution. Until we reach any certain conclusions about the legal rights and responsibilities of the parties involved, I believe it would be inappropriate for me to comment on what action may or may not be taken.
And of course, Election Day about 2 weeks away now. Siouxlanders in Iowa will be choosing who will represent them in Congress. KCAU 9 airing a debate between Republican Brandy Feenstra and Democrat J.D. Scholten, who went head-to-head in Des Moines this afternoon. The two candidates have many political and personal differences. That includes how Governor Kim Reynolds has handled the coronavirus pandemic here in Iowa.
We as individuals, all right, we're Iowans. We have to do the right thing. We shouldn't have to have some mandate coming down the pipe and say, this is what we're going to do. No, we are Iowans. Let's take care of one another.
You want a final word on this?
Yeah, well, I'll just say that, I mean, we are #1 in the nation right now in rates, and we're going in the wrong direction. What we have seen is just, it's been awful. It's been a failure of leadership, and, you know,
if you would like to watch the entire debate moderated by our very own Tim Seaman, we do have it on our website. That is SiouxlandProud.com. Polling locations in Sioux City are a little different this year because of coronavirus precautions. So now a new resource is available for Woodbury County voters who need some help casting their ballot. The app is called Where You Vote Iowa with the letter U. Woodbury County. A handful of other Iowa counties have separate apps, and the goal is to help voters find when and where to cast their vote, as well as providing information for early voting and some sample ballots throughout the app.
Produced here in Iowa, but what it allows folks to do is that they can just put in their address. It'll tell them where their polling place is. It'll tell them what precinct they're in, what their polling place is. It also will tell them that early voting is available on the time that they're open.
The Where You Vote app is compatible with both Apple and Android devices. To find a link to the app and other voter resources, visit our website. Again, the address there on your screen, SiouxlandProud.com. Nearly 200 poll workers are going through training sessions this week in preparation for the upcoming election. Monday through Thursday of this week, training sessions underway at Western Iowa Tech Community College. But this year, of course, different because of the pandemic. Precinct groups were divided into 2 different sessions across the week. It's an effort to help limit the number of people gathering in one area. During the sessions, topics around opening a precinct, voter requesting assistance, curbside voting, and also sanitation all discussed.
And that really went through the nitty-gritty. He had the machine out. You could see how everything worked. And that was very, very beneficial because parts of that machine are new. So that's good to know.
Later tonight at 10, KCAU 9 speaks with a first-time poll worker. There are a lot of new people getting trained, we're told, for this election, as a majority of poll workers are considered a vulnerable population because of the virus. Some Siouxland oral surgeons tonight helping students pay for college in a way you don't hear of every day. It's called Wisdom for Wisdom program, and it's being offered by Siouxland Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Under the program, high school students who have not had their wisdom teeth pulled yet are asked to write an essay. If their essay is chosen, these students receive the extraction for free and are then awarded a $500 scholarship.
It's an exciting time because, unfortunately, school prices and book prices are only going up. And then you add this whole pandemic on top of it, and it just makes things a lot more stressful for people, perhaps, than it needs to be. So anything we can do to take the load off people's shoulders.
The program is offered to a total of 5 recipients. Dr. George says they do hope to continue this program into the future. And during these uncertain times, any amount of good news can help. A new study may provide some good news for millions of Americans, and we'll explain more coming up.
Well, I wish I had some good news in the weather department. Really not the case tonight. We're going to have some wet conditions for tomorrow. It's going to be breezy and colder entering the weekend when there's a chance of accumulating snow. We'll talk about that with the 9 on 9 forecast. It's up next.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Tim Seaman, Sophie Erber, Chief Meteorologist Scott Larson, and Sports Director Jake Jones. This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Thanks for sticking with us, Scott. It makes you appreciate seeing the sun today because we hadn't seen it for a few days. Temperatures warmed, and we can kind of see right there from our KCAU 9 weather cam. We did have a bird flying, of course, just before this commercial break ended, but you can see the flag kind of whipping in a light breeze there.
Yeah, light breeze from the east-southeast today, Sophie. That's worked in some slightly warmer temperatures coupled with the sunshine at times. You can see that the cloud cover has moved back in as we take in the scene from the Port Neal Welding Company camera. This is at the KCAU KCAU 9 studio. Overcast conditions expected tonight. That'll lead into some shower chances as we proceed later into tonight and going into Thursday. Looking at temperatures now, you can see that they're range between the mid-30s to the upper 40s. It's warmer to the south of Highway 20. 49 is the temperature now in Wayne, 48 in Sioux City. It is 45 degrees in Carroll as well as Lamar's. Looking at that weekend forecast, really not ideal for any sort of camping weather. Friday, 40 degrees, mostly cloudy, a chance of seeing a mix of precipitation beginning on Saturday night. And that's going to be changing over into snow on Sunday with a high temperature of only 34 degrees. So probably a better weekend to just spend indoors. Here's a look at our 9-on-9 forecast. 48 the high temperature on Thursday, 40 degrees for Friday. And you can see overnight Saturday into Sunday, we have that chance of seeing a mix at first and then transitioning completely over into snow on Sunday. And there could be just enough that you'd have to get the shovels out, so be prepared for that on Sunday. Still favoring seeing a few inches of snow there. 33 the high on Monday, and you can see that next week we will have some more sunshine dialed up with high temperatures gradually rising into the 40s and 50s. 49 the expected high on Wednesday, 52 Thursday, and 56 to cap off the work week next Friday.
Those overnight temperatures seem awfully cold for October. I don't want to put you on the spot, but how far under average are we?
About 20 degrees, Sophie. Usually we see high temperatures around 60 and low temperatures near 40. And, well, it's going to be far colder than that. A few nights we could see lows in the teens.
My first fall here. Interesting.
Yeah,
all right,
pretty
thanks
cold.
a lot, Scott. Well, this week, National Teen Driver Safety Week, and it is important for parents to talk to their teens about driving safely out on the road. According to the Iowa Department of Public Safety, in 2019, 39 young drivers between the ages of 14 and 20 died in motor vehicle crashes, 7 of them having blood alcohol levels over the legal limit. For tips on how to keep teens more safe when they hit the road in this digital exclusive story, you'll find tips on our website right now. That's SiouxlandProud.com, or check out our free KCAU 9 News app. Millions of people have high blood pressure, and it can be difficult to get under control. A new study tonight has some good news, though, for Americans struggling. Next. For millions of Americans with high blood pressure, a new study tonight shows that many still need to get better control of their high blood pressure. Here's ABC News' Faith Aubrey with more.
For many Americans, controlling high blood pressure can be a struggle. A new study sponsored by the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute has been tracking our progress as a nation. Compared to 20 years ago when the study began, Americans overall are doing a better job of controlling their blood pressure. However, during the past 5 years, the number of Americans meeting their blood pressure goals have actually declined. Patients without insurance or a primary care doctor tended to do worse. Diet, exercise, and if necessary, medication can all help. If you have high blood pressure or are worried you might be at risk for high blood pressure, see your doctor about creating a plan that works for you. With this Medical Minute, I'm Faith Abube, ABC News.
Do you know someone with a unique talent or story? If so, we want to know them as well. Beginning next month, we'll be sharing their stories with you, and I hope you'll share Siouxland stories with me. It's easy. Shoot us an email at news@kcautv.com. Briefly in that email, explain what it is this person does that's so interesting. We will be telling their stories. The Morningside Mustangs football team have not missed a step since returning to the field last month, but with all the records being broken, there's one guy happy to give the spotlight to his teammates. Jake explains, coming up in sports. Don't go away.
The game airing on Big Ten Network.
And Jake, you're off to some regional volleyball action, I hear, later tonight in Siouxland.
Yeah, plenty of big matches this evening. There's a lot of teams who got those first-round byes. They're coming to it tonight. They get their first games. We'll have those highlights at 10.
Back in action. All right, thanks a lot, Jake. Looking forward to that. And we'll check in for a final look at the forecast. First, let's take you outside right now in Siouxland. Stay with us. A warmer evening than we've had in recent days, but that's not saying much. Temperatures still sticking around just above that freezing mark.
Well, it's nice to see the mercury go up even a little bit, Sophie. Something to celebrate. Temperatures were in the 50s this afternoon. 39 the overnight low. Some light showers are expected to occur after midnight tonight. And tomorrow, high temperature of 48 in the afternoon. Rainy, breezy, and cooler than today. Temperatures continue to slide downward this weekend. 30s for Saturday and Sunday, and even the chance of some light accumulating snow going into Sunday.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10. Good night.